Welcome back to Newsday. Thank you for staying with us. A few months after his inauguration, President Bola Tinubu, while participating at the G20 summit in India, declared that Nigeria's diversity can be harnessed for the country's development and economic growth. He called on Nigerians to harness the country's rich diversity as a unique tool for advancing prosperity and national development for the benefit of all citizens. The president also emphasized that diversity must be leveraged on to drive economic growth, innovation, and social progress. Arise News analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us now to discuss the need to harness diversity to promote Nigeria's and national development. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale. Thank you for being here.
Pleasure of being here, as usual.
Of course.
Thank you for being
now,
here.
I'd just like to take a trip down memory lane to our last independence celebration, I believe. And according to Dakuku Peterside, he said resolving issues of diversity and inclusiveness requires concerted efforts from government at all levels, the civil society, the private sector, and individuals to ensure that all Nigerians, regardless of their backgrounds, can participate fully in the country's social, economic, and political life. Do you think he left anything out, or is this the summary of what we need?
In a way, it's a summary, but then the context will vary in the way you look at it. Diversity is supposed to be an asset. Although it's not well managed, it could be a serious liability that will lead to injustice and unfairness. Nigeria is a very diverse country. And we have always faced that challenge. That's why we have the federal character institution in place. And that is why we have JAM, we have so many ways of trying to include almost everybody.
Apologies, Mr. Sobowale. Yes. I believe we're having a slight issue with your mic. So we'll go on a quick break and fix that. Thank you so much. Back to Newsday. Thank you for staying with us. We still have with us Arise News analyst Dayo Sobowale, who has been discussing the need for Nigeria's diversity to promote unity and national development. Mr. Sobowale, thank you for your patience. Please continue.
Well, I was saying that diversity, if well managed, could be an asset, and if not well managed, could be a serious liability. I think part of our motto is unity in diversity. We are a very multi-ethnic society. But you see, diversity itself is meant to be managed by inclusion and equity, so that we can bring as many people as possible to benefit from the resources of the entire community or the entire nation. But if not well managed, it will lead to serious discrimination, it will lead invariably to hatred and cultural division. Luckily in Nigeria, we are managing our ideological and religious divide very well. And that was why you have, in the last election, we had the Muslim ticket. And people, the country did not collapse. Whereas in other places, there are divisions. The most global, important one I want to bring in is what is happening in the US right now. Discrimination based on gender and sexual identity. It should not creep into this part of the world. In the EU, they have moral values that places premium on respecting the rights of LGBTQ people. And they say those are European values. Right there, Poland, Hungary, and some other countries, they are opposed to that. As a result, they say they will not, they fund. They say because they discriminate. And again, the issue of religion, like I said, we have Christians, you have Muslims here. We have a Muslim ticket, and the Christians are learning to live with it. Whereas before, we managed it with a Christian and a Muslim in the presidency and the vice presidency. But in Europe, they are eliminating religion and the family all together. It's their own brand of diversity. their own brand of inclusion and equity. We should never allow that to creep into our part of the world because our culture is different. Yes, I have to mention this. Look at even the Catholic Pope saying that gay people should be given blessing. And people in Africa got wild. The African bishops are literally trying to tell him that he should reverse that. Then he said it's just a blessing, they are not recognizing. They say no, you are condoning gay rights. But of course, in Nigeria, in the Anglican community, because the Anglican, the head of the Anglican Archbishop of Canterbury endorse gay people. They have gay priests. But Nigerian bishops disassociated themselves. And some American churches disassociated themselves and linked up with the Nigerian bishops to form a community. So what I'm trying to say is diversity can be a strength, can be a weakness. And it can even, see, the way you are seeing it now, the way we are seeing it, under this Biden administration, some aid to some African countries are linked to recognition of gay rights before they are given. Of course, Nigeria, thank God, we have our own resources. So many African countries, even Uganda, even right now Ghana, they are making laws to penalize gays because it's not part of our culture. So that is the issue of diversity. In the US, they are trying to use diversity, sexual orientation, to make some people included. But that does not obtain in this part of the world. We have our multi-ethnic differences and all that, scenarios, in appointments and all that. The most important is that because the North has been in power for long, it has more people in power than the rest of us. But otherwise, we're a multi-ethnic society, and I think you are managing it well, so well.
Well,
far.
Thank you very much for that, Mr. Sobowale. Well, the concept of federalism is always being discussed in the context of Nigeria's diversity. When we look at the federal structure that we currently have, is there a way that it can be optimized to accommodate and empower diverse regions within the nation? Or do you think that it should be scrapped altogether? Maybe we need to look at a different way of doing things.
Fine question. You remember our discussion yesterday on this mining? I was trying to bring in federation. That you see, they say mining is under federal power in the constitution and not local. But you see, we can try to diversify our economy from oil, from a mono-product economy, so in such a way that we improve our society at large. Why can't we give power to the local government, to the states, and if possible, to trickle down to the local government, that they should exploit the resources in their own area and develop their own areas. I keep on mentioning, I think Germany or somewhere, whereby you have a federation. People don't need to go cap in hand to borrow money from the center. Let them be able to manage their own resources, and if possible, they may even give money back to the poorer states. It is an adventure worth setting on. You get me? Because what you are running now, we say it's a federation, but it's a confederation. Yeah, you see, the center is too powerful for the rest. Whereas this is supposed to be a federation of equal federating units. Do you get me? The center is just like something just to hold the web together. But the way you are doing it, it's not even a federation, it is a unitary state. Because Abuja, everybody goes, they take allocations, they don't even think of the resources in their own area so that they can use it to develop themselves. You see, unity in diversity. But diversity, like I said before, must be equitable, must be fair, for justice to come on. And then, this idea, it's an innovative idea that we can allow local communities, the same thing with security. Look at the vast insecurity we have all over the country. If you can allow local government, states, to have their own security and monitor and manage it, you will save more lives than under the present arrangement. It might take for now.
We would like to thank you for your analysis as always, Mr. Dayo Sobowale, Rise News analyst. Thank you.